What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Keke Palmer, you must be laughing through those tears because Darius Jackson has made a fool of himself. He has violated the order. There are so many things going on. But one thing we have learned, if you haven't heard, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Apparently, that his mother, Darius's mother, who was hyping him up against Keke, letting Miss Sharon know Keke got to share the blame and we going to the po-po and all this other stuff. I believe they did. That's where Darius got that dumb fake police report where they were like, no, committed, and radiation, there you go, right? With the 1-800 number off of there. They are finding out that Darius's mom has had a long-standing restraining order against her husband since 2020. Now, if you guys don't know, of course, abuse starts at home. People that are abusers usually grow up either being abused or against abuse. But when you look at what's actually in the restraining order, right? It was filed on July 15th, 2020 by Yenter T. Jackson. It was personal service. So she gave this to Darius Jackson, his father herself, right? If you guys don't know, there's a process server that you pay to actually do that, but you can actually do personal service. It was dated July 22nd, 2020. Listen, we don't know the actual details. It has been rumored that Darius grew up in a house with crazy mess going on. Keke's mom actually accused Darius of actually assaulting Keke. And you guys, the reason I want to say this is not to be like, oh my God, you did it, blah, blah. No, because I don't take any delight in any woman having hands laid on her. I do want to go into the psyche of someone. And we see this time and time again. And each year when I get older, I'm actually shocked that not only do people like this exist, but they're in droves. All right. Let's take the emotion out of it and look at what happened during the student loans, right? Joe Biden was like, we're going to give you $50K off your student loans. I was like, bet, right? Then he dropped it down to $20K. And I was like, why are they playing in our faces? But then something happened. There were so many people that were online saying that people should not have their student loan debt, a 20K in student loan debt wiped out. Not because like there wasn't any money for it. You see, we got money, to quote Tupac, we got money for what, but can't feed the poor, right? No. What was the actual thing that everybody was so mad about that opposed it, that it paid student loans? No. Why is your debt being forgiven and you given an easier head start or easier chance at life than I had, because I had to work to pay off my student loans and I had to go through that adversity and get this way. So why should you go through anything less than I did? Now that's the emotion out. Now let's put the emotion back in and look at a woman herself that was so violently assaulted. Darius's mother is not young, neither is his dad. They both look like they in their 50s on up, right? You were so violently assaulted at this age, right? And I don't take any happiness in that. It's sad because what actually happened for you finally to say enough, I'm not doing this anymore. You were so violently assaulted that you had to get an order of protection. And you see your son laying his hands on his sister. You see your son laying his hands on his pregnant fiance, and also, as Leo came, the mother of his child. And you literally are arguing with the other mom. Why? Why? Because Darius isn't as bad as his dad? Because that's what happens in relationships. Sometimes you got too much mouth and right? Because what? Because it wasn't that bad? Because you endured worse? Because she shouldn't have? This is how the cycle continues. It's not just the abuser. Oftentimes it is a whole family system that is reinforcing that is a proper way to behave and react. And I think once Keke had that baby, that's what made her feel like she had to get out of that family system because, baby, y'all not taking me down, right? I will say that she has a permanent restraining order. The dad had to turn in all of his bang bangs, firearm bang bang bang, right? It is permanent restraining order. It was served to his dad, Romel Jackson. There was something in here I wanted to show y'all though. It's just a shame that somebody that went through probably 18 times more than Keke, instead of standing up and be like, I'm making sure no woman ever goes through this. You internalize so much of that poison that now you're teaching your sons that it's okay, as long as they're not as bad as their dad. Darius ain't that bad. Darius ain't this. Darius, and you supporting it. And again, this is just all my opinion on what me looking at the outside circumstances are. But what else do you think is of a woman that went through it herself, and you in text messages arguing with a woman whose daughter is at the very beginning of the abuse stage, just like you were with Darius' dad, but instead you stuck around for how many years until it got so bad that you felt that you might be deleted, that you finally had to put space in between. Remember how Darius said, that's my son. That's my son. I'm going to teach him how to be a man. And everybody was dogging Keke's mom because she's like, how the F you going to teach him to be a man? You don't even know how to be one yourself because nobody ever taught you. Y'all, this is the circle. This is the circle. Now, he literally showed proof that he turned in his bang bang. He cannot come around her. That's why when you see Darius and his dad, but can you imagine a person, he's still tight with his dad. So clearly you grew up in a household where that was the norm. On top of that, if you listen to the article, you see the scary, right? You see how scary he is with gaslight and flipping, but it's not over, y'all. The scariest part, and this is why I really do pray for Keke. Do you know that after her mother was granted that permanent restraining order, both Serena's, that's Dro from Insecure, and Darius both filed declarations on behalf of their father, attesting that they did not feel as if he was a danger or whatever he wanted them to say. They filed declarations on behalf of their father supporting. They filed declarations after your mom that gave you life does all this. You filed declarations supporting. Y'all. Again, the information is confidential, the exact details, but I'm willing to bet that at her big age, he didn't just start putting them paws on her. Darius' father. This has been ongoing, and it finally got so bad she couldn't keep it. And what does she do? What does she do when you finally find and you separate yourself? You're literally trying to actively help your son who co-signed on his father. You're trying to actually help your son make his own little circle. Y'all, this is sad. It was a temporary restraining order on 7/15. It was made permanent on, I believe, the 22nd. What else can you say with the declaration filed? What other excuses can there be? Y'all, I do know one thing, and we should be thankful. As much as we drag Darius for being a broke joke, and I call him broke morally with integrity, we should be happy that he is broke. Because this is going to be child's play for Keke. Everything he's done, every weapon he has tried to pick up the farm against her has not prospered. Again, congratulations from Keke and again, this is with abuse, because often abusers have friends, family, media, fans actually supporting it. Congratulations that Keke finally did break free. And they are saying one of the reasons she was able to move so quickly out of this is because, to her word, she left them in October, and she was making moves in October to make sure that her and Leo were safe. Y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised, but I'll tell you what. I got a little tea. It's speculation, but I don't know. I kind of believe this source. I'm going to drop the video today and let you know this is the thing, the plot, the scam, Keke part 2. Y'all not going to believe it, but after the way you've seen things turning out, I tend to. I tend to, because this has been amateur. This has been a clown show, and this is 100% help Keke. So if y'all want some background, right? Speculation, but still background, hit me up. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.